triangle ABC has coordinates A 1 2 2 4 and C 1 0. And the answer sheet provided, draw a triangle A prime B prime C prime, the image of triangle ABC under an enlargement with center O. So may I assume so probably then they give a different worksheet, but we could use this as our worksheet, as the sheet provided. Alright, so we're gonna enlarge it, guys. Now to enlarge it, we just focus on the scale factor. So what we're gonna actually do is to multiply each coordinate by the scale factor. So they gave us a scale factor of 2. So we're just gonna multiply each point by 2. And then we plot that. So let me try if see if we can set it up so we can do that. If it's a scale factor of a half, you do the same thing. You multiply it by a half. The only difference is shrink. Because a lot of times students may think that it have to be, because it's an enlargement, it have to increase. You can have an enlargement where it actually shrink. So if the scale factor, they will still use the word enlargement. Don't know why. But if they have a half, they basically multiply each coordinate by a half. So they gave us the coordinates, but we can look at this and kind of figure it out as well. But we could use what they gave us. It's easier. So we use A is originally 1, 2. So all we have to do is just multiply each by 2. So 2 ones, 2, 2 twos, 4. So A, this is our new point for A. Same thing for B. Now B is 4, 2. So we do the same thing. Just multiply by 2 by 4, which is 8, and 2 by that, 4. And we do the same thing for C. C is 1, 0. So you know, say the line then I go really, it's going to move from that, but it's still going to be in it. So 2 times 1, 2, and 2 times 0, 0. So what we have to do now is plot these points, and then now we draw the triangle. Alright, so B, this is a new point. We can call this A prime, B prime, and C prime. So A is supposed to be 2, 4. Remember, we have to plot the x first. So this is 2, and then your 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is your A. B is now 8, 4. So you plot your 8 first, then you go to 4. See it? Triangle are formed out already. So this is your B. So I guess this is going to be the top. And then now it says 2, 0. So this I go just fall here now. And then now I'm going to try to draw it as straight as possible. So this would be the A prime, B prime, and C prime. So that's the enlargement really. Alright? Kind of color it so it looks. So that's the enlargement with scale factor of 2. Alright, it says triangle A2, B2, C2 is the image of ABC. So it's the image of this one under a transformation M. Describe completely the transformation M. So let us see if we can figure out that. Now, one of the things that you can know, guys, if it's a reflection or a rotation or an enlargement, you can look at the orientation.
Translation to so.
Yeah, so you can see that this is a translation because the orientation does not change. The A is at this, you understand? Size does not change. So you can check that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. So it's a translation. So this is the original. So all we have to do just match one point with the next, and that's it. So I could do that. So we clearly can see that this image is to the right of this. So we know so we get some positive number for the x, right? But let us check from A, go straight to the A here, and then that would give us an idea. All of them will be the same. So we move 1, 2, 3, 4 places. So x we go to our right 4, so that x is positive, and then we're gonna go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When we're going down, y is supposed to be negative. So it's a translation of, you don't have to do the others, guys. You always get the same thing for the others. So you know you're in exam, you don't want to waste time. So it's a translation of 4 negative 5. And you know translation is t, so you write t equal 4 negative 5. You clear on that, guys? I don't want this to give you no problem in the examination. You know? So once it's a translation, the orientation does not change. As my teacher described to me when we were in high school, she said translation is a push or pull. So it's like a slide in the triangle. 4 places to your right, and then you slide it down 5 times. I think once she said that to me, I kind of understand what's translation. So the orientation does not change. Alright. So I could match up that one here now, guys. This was the one that but Jaden was saying he have a little problem, so I did come down. But let's see if we can match up this, and then we go through it. Alright, so you say the diagram below, not drawn to scale, shows a position of 2 ships, P and Q, at anchor. FT is the vertical face of the cliff, jutting out of the water. P and Q are 180 meters apart. So then give the measurement. FT is 80 meters, and angle FPT is 40 degrees. Determine the angle of elevation of T from P. Notice is 1 mark, guys. You realize it's just 1 mark. So every angle of elevation have an angle of depression. So they actually want this angle up here. So. And as you can see, it's an alternate angle. So this one is also 40 degrees. So guys, sometimes you overthink these little things, you know. It's actually 40. Alright, it says now, find the length of FT. Sometimes they will call it tower or the height, whatever. It doesn't matter, guys. You just use your sin, cos, and tan, whichever one, and you can figure it out. Now, you can use the trig ratio, right? Because it's a right angle triangle. We have one angle and we have a side. Once you have one side and one angle, we can use the trig ratio once it's a right angle triangle. So, all we have to do, just see the angle that you're looking from and label it. So the angle that you're looking from, the one that faces it, that's the opposite side. So this is opposite. We know so this is going to be the hypotenuse because it's opposite to the right angle. Right? And then this is the adjacent. So guys, 2 things you do to figure out which of these to use. Because students normally struggle with which one to use, whether cos, sin, or tan, right? It's very easy. These are the 2 things we actually do. You see the side we're looking for, you must include it. So we look, let me show you. This is sin. Sin are opposite hypotenuse, right? Let me just write it and show you how easy. As I know students are so scared of this, but it's rather easy. I don't see vision. Just remember a minute. Tan are opposite and adjacent, while cos are adjacent and hypotenuse, right? So this is what you're gonna determine which of them to use. You see the side where you look for, you must include that. So we're looking for what? FT, yeah. We're looking for the adjacent side. So as you can see an opposite. This is your hypotenuse, guys. Sin, opposite over hypotenuse. So we can eliminate sin right away because it does not have adjacent, right? So these two have adjacent, cos and tan. So it's between these two. So because sin doesn't have adjacent, there's no way it can be. And the next thing, the side that we're looking at, we must include that, the length that we get. So this is the opposite side. So therefore, it would be tan instead of this, because we don't know the hypotenuse, right? And we can't use two blank sides to find it. That wouldn't make no sense. We must use the side that is included. So tan. And then now we can set it up tan 40, because that's the angle you're looking from, is equal to the opposite sides, which is the 80, over the adjacent that we are looking for. Alright, and then we do it to cross multiply. So it would be tan times tan 40 times adjacent. We just use the adjacent, guys, but you know, so FP, right? And then this equal to 80. So we want to get the adjacent by itself, so we do the opposite, which is to divide by tan 40. And what we do to one side, we do to the next side. And then now you punch 80 divide by, put in bracket now, you put this in bracket, tan 40. That means it work it out first. So you just put this 80 divide, and you put this in bracket, tan 40. So what it does, it work out the bracket first. The calculator would work out this, and then you divide. And you should get, they didn't say to any decimal place. What was the original you guys got? 95.1. It was exactly 95, Jaden. Amaya, you guys got it. What you got for the length? 95, right?
It's 95.3, but because there's
No
other,
man, they didn't specify like say two decimal place. So
yeah,
I'm
but like
yeah.
because everything else is to the first whole number, I didn't put the decimal shape.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. They didn't specify, so it should be good. 95 meters.
Literally, have my laptop screen split in half, right?
So this would be 95.
Yeah, but
Alright, me see something here, so but I'm not seeing. It said the angle of
um, I'm really here, really and truly, I'm gonna try and help you, which will help me because I have to regurgitate. I would have to relay back the information, regurgitate the information. So,
I think this said the angle of elevation of T from Q. I must that did it. So that means if I from T from Q, it means the other angle here.
Collect this thing, man.
where the factory people?
Yes, sir. Yes, is it? The angle of elevation of T from Q.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
It has
and
to be
Emily,
that.
and Kenneth.
So guys, I will you working we have to go do. If we know this side,
Oh yeah.
we can use the, because we already know this to be 95. And we know this
Hey,
are 80.
text
So
me,
if we
text me,
know
text,
this
if you
side,
want
then
my attention, text me.
we could use the what you call it? The same trig ratio to get the angle, because that's what they really want.
Guys, remember to rub your hands.
They want the angle. So I could try to figure out this length. Oh, this are what see length they give me? Bruh. Remember I said this are this, guys. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna add the 95 to the 180. But the length was already given. I didn't even realize. So it'll be the 95 plus 118. 5 and 8 are 13. 3 carry 1. 5 and 8 are 13. 3 carry 1. 9 and 1, 10, and that's 11.
213, sir. 213.
213, yeah. So this side, we're looking from this angle. So this will be opposite over adjacent. So you can do that little thing there with your calculator. Opposite of 80 over 213. I get 0 points up. Somebody can do that for me, please. Just press the division first. 80 divided by this. We're gonna get 0 points up, and then we press the shift and the tan, and you'll get this, and then you press and you get the angle. Somebody do it for me, please. 80 divided by 213. Let me see if nobody had completed that part.
Sir, guide me a little. I'm doing it, but I'm getting error.
No, man, just press 80 divided by 213. We want that part first.
Okay, 0.375.
Yeah, 0.375.
75 base 5. And you can go on and on and on.
Yeah, we can probably take the first four.
I'm not
Okay.
sure. Maybe I think it's 20 point. When you inverse it, tan inverse is 20
Yeah,
point.
so guys, we get the inverse. You're going to press shift and then tan. And you're going to see that little negative one they go up at top. And then now you punch in this number. And then you press equal. Once you press equal, whatever I give you, that's the answer. How much you say you get, Jaden?
You get 20.55.
20.5?
Yeah.
It's approximate, yeah. So this is a work out to 20.5. Yeah, these are, remember say as Z angles, right? So these are also the same as that. For every angle of elevation, you have an angle of depression. I think CXC must take out this, you know. This are from one language. But I still wanted to include it because I haven't seen this one in a long while. So that'll be 20.5, guys. So them actually set it up nicely for you because them give it this already. We work out this and we could just use the angle there. Use the shifting and get it. But guys, ensure that you know how to use a calculator. Some have shift. If not shift, it have second. I think normally yellow button. That acts as a shift button for some people. Guys, make sure say everybody know how to use them calculator before exam. Because some calculator you have to press shift first. Some you press the number, then shift and so. So know how your calculator works, please. Hope everybody work it out and get the 20 or whatever Jaden got. Right? Just do it for yourselves, guys. Let's see if this makes sense. This will be what, 50? So 50, 90, and 20. That was 70. So that one a piece here about 20. Alright, this is about 140, right? Makes sense, man. This is 140. This make 160. So here say that be about 20. As remember, from here to here, so 40. And all triangles must be a 180. 90, 70, and 90. So, but hold on, the big triangle only with 50 then. Something around 90 and 50 or 140. Oh, yeah. Yeah, over 2. Alright, so guys, we go back to some simple things because I know it's a lot of different stuff I put on it. It's a write as a single fraction in its lowest terms, x minus 2. I just did a live with those. Everyone should be able to get full marks from that. 3 marks. And then it's a write an equation in x to represent each statement below. Do not solve the equation. So then just want the expression, guys. When x is added to a certain number, the result is the same as halving the number and adding 10. And 2 says squaring the number and squaring a number and subtracting 9. No, subtracting 6 gives the same result as doubling the number and adding 9. And then it further went on and said, John drew a diagram below to show what he was thinking, input, multiply, add, whatever. Alright, match up the first part, guys, and then we can discuss. Alright, we could go through it, guys. Alright, he said what? Write as a single fraction in its lowest term. So all we have to do, we know that it's an expression. There's no equal sign, right? So we just have to simplify it by finding the LCM of the denominator. So the LCM of 3 and 4 would be 12. And then we can basically take it from there. 3 into 12, that's 4 times. We are going to multiply in another bracket here by 4. And 4 into 12, 3 times. We are going to multiply whatever in this bracket by 3. So expand now. 4 times x, 4x. 4 times negative 2, negative 8. Remember, negative times are positive, right? And then now, because it's a plus 3, we just multiply 3 times x, 3x. And 3 times 1, positive 3. We don't have no space now, guys, but we're supposed to group them. So it will be 4x plus 3x. We don't change the sign of these. Minus 8 plus 3. And remember, there's no equal sign, it's just expression. And then we get our 3 marks. 4 plus 3, that's 7x. Negative 8 plus 3, that will give us minus 5. And we just put back our LCM, which is 12. And you get 3 lovely marks. That wasn't bad. Alright, this one says write an equation in x. Some people actually use n doing it, guys. I don't know if CX are like that, you know. They literally say use x. I just realized that, you know. Alright, so write an equation in x to represent each statement below. Do not solve the equation. So they know why you solve it. Them just want the expression. So them say x, right? It said when 4 is added to a certain number. So we're gonna make this certain number be x. Just do what them say, guys. Add 4, right? When 4 is added to a certain number, the result, when 4 is added to a certain number, the result is the same. So that means equal is the same as halving the number. So we just find half of x and adding 10. So that'll be half x plus 10. Or if you want to write it like this, I didn't say anybody did like that, but you could. X over 2 plus 10. Could be like that as well. Alright. This one says squaring a number. So the number x, square it, and subtracting 6, so minus 6, gives the same result as, so once it's the same result as, you put your equal sign. Doubling the number. So the number x, right? So you can either say 2x or x plus x. It's still going to work out to 2x. 2x the number and adding 9. So you add 9 to it. And there we have it. You get 2 marks for this. I like that one. I like that one. Alright, it said John drew the diagram below to show what he was thinking. So you have the input, you multiply by 3, add 5, and the output is y. He said, oh, some part is left, guys. I didn't realize. He said, use this information from the diagram to write a formula for y in terms of x. For y in terms of x. Alright, so we're going to start off with x. And then say multiply by 3, add 5, and that give you the outputs. So you know, say equal to that. So we can summarize it and say 3x plus 5 equal y. Which is a use information to diagram to write y. Yeah, so y are the subject now, because y equal to, yeah. We can rewrite it like this. Y equal 3x plus 5. Oh guys, sorry about that. I didn't see that. I didn't see the other part. Alright, what you pass it, man? Yo, come at me and smoke weed. Alright, it's like guys, let's do this part, guys. I didn't realize that these first part were there. It said if the number 4 is the input, what number would be the output? If the number 8 was the output, what was the what number was the input? I like them question here. And them say reverse the formula, write C1 above to write x in terms of y. I absolutely love this one. Alright, finish maths up these guys. I didn't realize those were a part of it, you know. I need to start go through them paper here before. Alright, so this one says if the number 4 is the input, what number would be the output? And you can literally do it from here, guys, right? So wherever x is, that's your input. So we have 4, or we can use the formula, you know. 4 times it by 3, look at it here, so 4 multiply it by 3, and then add 5. And that gives you the output. So 4 3 is 12 plus 5, 17. So the output when the input of 4 would be 17. And you get a nice 1 mark there. So. And them say now, if the number 8 was the output, what was the input? So you're literally just gonna solve the equation. But this time, instead of putting y, we're gonna equate it to 8. And of course, we solve the linear, so that a minus 5, minus 5. So it will be 3x equal 8 take away 5 will give you 3. And then you divide. So that would be what? 1. And it makes sense, right? You can put 1 there, 3 times 1, that's a 3, plus the 5, which give you 8. So the input would be 1. Alright, it's a reverse the formula, right? C1, which was this one we found, right? Above to write x in terms of y. So now we are make x the subject of the formula. So guys, you can definitely see this is a function, right? Input, output. This is how we normally introduce the topic with input, output, etc. Right? So we can use the formula, which is 3x plus 5 equal y. But remember, we're gonna make x the subject now. So we get rid of this plus 5 by taking the inverse. So we minus 5 from both sides. And we are left with this 3x is equal to y minus 5. We want to get y by itself, so we take the opposite of multiplication, which is divide by 3. So x is equal to y minus 5 over 3. And it makes sense. When y at 8, right? X was 1. You can check it. 8 take away 5, that's 3. 3 divided by 3, 1. Alright. Alright, this one says solve the simultaneous equation. Only one person, let me check my WhatsApp first. Only one person has completed that so far. So should we give more time for that, guys? Let me see if
Yes,
others
sir.
have. Yeah. Just match it up and then we go through it together. And then now we go down to the next question. Alright, so it says solve the following simultaneous equations. Alright, so we have 2x plus 3y equal 9 and 3x minus y equal 8. I'm going to use the elimination method and I'm going to go for the y because you have one negative and one positive. If I add, I can get rid of the y. So let me just multiply this one by the coefficient of y, which is 1, and you swap it, right? It's 1 and 3. So you multiply everything by 1, anything times 1 or anything. Alright, if we multiply by 3 now, remember everything by 3 now, every single thing. 3 times 9, 3 times 3, 9x. 3 times negative that, negative 3y. And then 3 times 8, 24. So remember, I'm going to add, right? Because, if we get rid of the y, I need to add because 1 is positive and 1 is negative. If it was a case where 2 of them positive or 2 of them negative, then I would subtract and that would automatically make it a 0. So 2 plus 9 would give me 11x. As I said, this is going to give us 0. 9 plus 24 gives us what? 9 and 4, 30. That's a 33. So you divide by 11. So therefore, x is equal to 33 divided by 11 is 3. Now that we know so x are 3, we can match up to y. I'm going to use a positive one, so I'm going to use 2x plus 3y equal 9. But because I know the value of x, anywhere I see x, I'm going to replace it with 3. So we have 2 times 3 plus 3y equal 9. And of course, 2, 3, 6. So we multiply that. And then now we make y the subject. So we need to get rid of the plus 6 by subtracting 6 from both sides, right? So it will be 9 minus 6. And then 3y is equal to 3. And then we divide by 3. So y is equal to 1. And we can do a little check, right? We could do a rough check. We're saying that x is 3, y is 1. Let's see. 2 times 3, that's 6. 3 times 1, 3. We get the 9. We could still check the other one now. 3 times 3 is 9, minus 1, indeed 8. Alright? So guys, we could see if we can match up this. Okay, we're gonna go a little bit over 9. I did start slow. So I know it's exam week, but just give us a little time. We did this last year too, I did that one year last year. I like this one. Alright, match it up fast, guys. It said answer all the questions in this section. All working must be clearly shown. Now when then I say calculator, using a calculator otherwise. Oh yeah, you did it. So you can use a calculator as usual. So we could see if we can get the 1, 2, that's 2, 4, 6 marks plus 9, 11. Let's see if we can get the 11 marks, guys. And we stop here for tonight. And then tomorrow now, guys, remember tomorrow I start at 8 as I have the PEP students tomorrow. from 6 to 8. So those who can make it, if you have exam and you can't make it, that's fine. I will send you the video in any case. For the first one, we definitely use the calculator, right? It says 5.25 divided by 0.15. So it's 5.25 divided by 0.015. And my calculator gave me 350. Not what you guys gave me as well. Alright, this one now. It says, what's the square root of 6.5025? So it's the square root. Let me clear off this one. Don't pay the euro, guys. Just use a calculator. 6.5025. And they give me 2.55. So these are fairly, straightforward. Just use a calculator and you get them. Alright, the next one says 3.14 times 2.236 square, correct to 3 significant figures. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it step by step. I'm going to square it first, because according to the Bundas rule, that's what we're supposed to do. So we have 2.236, 2.236 times 2.236. That give me, write out everything, 4.999, whatever, 999,696, and then we times this by 3.14. So you multiply last. Bundas rule, right? So times 3.14, which is pi. And that give me 15.709. Now they say they want 3 significant figures. So we go 1, 2.7, because this is 0. This was probably the easiest one. Yeah, you never have to do nothing. Just write back this. So that will be 15.7. Alright, it's a concrete tiles are made using buckets of cement, sand, gravel mixed in the ratio 1 to 4 to 6. Back to Pep school, guys. Back to Pep. So we have cement, sand, and gravel. So the ratio now, this is 1, this is 4, and this is 6. So what I'm saying, how many buckets of gravel are needed for 4 buckets of cement? So how we do 4 buckets of cement, right? And how many gravel it need? What did they do to get this? They times it by 4, right? 4 ones 4. So we just times this by 4. It's proportional, guys. So we times this 6 by 4. And this is 6, and we times it by 4. So that's 24. Don't complicate it, guys. Don't complicate it. It's just like when you're doing PEP. Alright, it said if 20 buckets of sand are used, how many buckets of each of the following will be needed? So you match it, 20 buckets of sand. What did they multiply 4 by to give them 20? That's 5. 4, 5, 20. So we just multiply everything by 5. For the cement, 1 times 5. We now complicate it, guys. It's very easy. So this will be 5. In terms of the gravel, we times it by 5 as well. 5, 6, 30. Easy marks that. So guys, we not should we do this one? No. That one is we're gonna start back here, so.
Hey, sure. Hold on. So we go back up for a second, sir.
Alright.
Um, how many buckets? So you multiply the one by the answer 24, sir.
At 24? No
Multiply
man,
the
I
six
know
by
6, 5 at 24, no 6, 5 at 30.
so you multiply the 6 by the 4.
Yeah, the 6 by the 4. Because remember, you know, it's proportional.
Okay.
Yeah. So that one here, how many buckets of gravel are needed for 4 buckets of cement? It will be 24. And then how many, if 20 buckets of sand are used, how many buckets of each of the following will be needed? Now I make my prep students do this next year. It's a very nice ratio question. So guys, we're not gonna do this one. I know some people have exam and they still make the effort, so I don't want to keep you guys way. But we're gonna start back from here. The higher purchase one. And that's 3 marks. So we're gonna end on that good note, guys. All the best in your exams, alright?
So thanks.
Yeah man, no problem. So see you guys tomorrow or Thursday, whichever day. I know many persons had difficulty today. Internet exam, etc. Them time, then guys, that's why I start early.
Bye, sir.
Sir, good night, everyone.
Okay. Alright, take care.
So for this question, the 20 buckets of sand are used. How many buckets of each of the following will be needed? So it's just
Let me pause.
proportional.
Let me stop the video.
Sure.